This is Calabrios. Yama! Well, it looks like Amir Khan will have to keep talking about wanting to fight the Adrian Broner on Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s undercard on the 3rd. You know why? Because Mayweather said today that he wants Khan to face Broner on his undercard in a catchweight fight at 144 pounds rather than a full weight for the welterweight division. Now Khan is moving up in weight to the 147 division, but Mayweather under the impression that Broner is moving down to 140. Yes, so, what's the deal? Because Broner hasn't said anything about wanting to fight at lightweight. At least not yet, so it may come to that if, he gets beaten by Marcos McDonough, and they eventually get around to facing each other. But, quote, I think Amir Khan and Adrian Broner is fighting on my undercard, but I think should happen is, I think Amir Khan should face Adrian Broner, and that's what Mayweather said on the subject. Mayweather is right, Khan vs. Broner is an excellent matchup for the undercard. It might even be a better goal feature than the Lucas Matisse vs. Danny Garcia fight that took place on Mayweather's undercard for his last fight. Garcia-Matisse fight, failed to live up to the huge billing due to Garcia's clinching and running. But Khan-Broner would be a fight. There would be guaranteed action without one of them running or trying to sell out the fight by holding 24/7. Now, the one holdout that might potentially mess up a Broner-Khan fight is Khan's latest tweet where he said that he'd fight Broner on Mayweather's undercard on May 3rd if Mayweather would agree to fight him at a later date. Now, I don't think Mayweather's going to agree to that. Even if he wanted to fight Khan, a request like that would put Mayweather off to where he won't agree to it. Khan isn't getting Mayweather to shake his tail feather with these kind of pushes, so Khan would likely have to forget about trying to wrangle his deal out of Mayweather fight on his undercard. In truth, Khan really doesn't need to ask for a guarantee that he'll get the fight against Mayweather because it's pretty obvious that Mayweather's going to eventually probably gonna fight Khan there as long as he doesn't get whipped in his next fight or two. Now, Khan just needs to stay patient and keep his trap shot, and he'll get a fight against Mayweather. Of course, he'll have to beat Broner in his next fight, which for him will be no easy task. It'll be a good fight, but beating Broner seems to be the path to a fight against Mayweather, as we're seeing with McDonough. If Khan beats Broner on May 3rd, then chances are, fairly good that he'll get this fight with Mayweather. And it's not too bad Khan can fight Mayweather in September because that messes things up for Khan. It means that he won't get a chance to fight Mayweather until 2015 unless Mayweather changes his mind about wanting to fight in September. Now, Mayweather probably won't do that. Stick to a September fight date, and Khan will just need to fight someone else when he returns to the ring in November or December. Now, with Khan, it's risky for him to be facing anyone. That's why it's too bad that his religious holiday will be getting in the way of a fight with Mayweather in September. That would be perfect time for Khan to fight him. After a win over Broner, people will be really interested in seeing Khan and Mayweather fight as soon as possible. So if he can't take the fight in September, then a lot of interest will cool down by the time he eventually faces Mayweather in 2015. Besides that, Khan might lose to whoever he faces in November or December. If a fighter like Julio Diaz was able to pretty much beat Khan, then there's really no safe fights at all for the Khan. Unless Golden Boy Promotions wants to trot out little lightweight Carlos Molina again for Khan to beat. But, Golden Boy can pull from the lightweight division to find a small 130-pound fighter, weak and small enough for Khan to safely beat him while he waits on Mayweather in 2015. If I was Khan, I'd take the fight with Mayweather in September, even if I wasn't in the best of shape.